Hi there, Leo. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your mid-October reading. Welcome to it. Happy Halloween to you all. Let's get right into the energies here, Leo. I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was hearing brandishing the sword, the wand. Okay, Cancer got the exact phrase coming through for them. But I was also hearing for you specifically, Leo, blasphemous. Okay, there's something that you may be coming out with. Okay, and you're like, well, you know what? I understand that what I'm unleashing is a beast, okay, in a certain way. Others may perceive it as a sort of act of, I'm hearing, of character, I'm hearing quantum physics, okay, for a number of you, of what is deemed to be somewhat impossible. I stand to serve as the emblem of possibility. Wow, Leo, my goodness, chills. Let's see what these energies are that are coming for you. The Magician, the Judgment card, my goodness, okay. Whew, you're on fire, Leo. Let us see what comes through. Officially here, you've got the Ace of Cups in your apex of your reading. Okay, just topping it off with a cherry here of emotional renewal. Beautiful. You've got the Four of Swords in reverse, lovely, right next to the Ace of Cups. Whatever has confounded, okay, has been a sort of, but, what if, and, or, how, when, who, why, sort of, right, promptings of the intellectual rational mind. You're like, I understand who you are, okay, and where I'm hearing you're eating at me from. I understand that it's a fabrication, I'm hearing, of my memory, okay, this may be speaking of childhood, okay, childhood thought patterns that move backwards in time, okay, and that have moved forwards in time as we may have experienced it in a certain way, recognizing that it's the illusion of boundaries. Okay, the illusion of the boundary between our perception and our desire. And understanding that all that exists is the embodiment of the desire. It's beautiful. And you're recognizing, I don't need to understand, okay, where it takes me in the third dimension. I don't need to understand first how it materializes. Okay, I'm hearing my preconceived notion, my expectation is simply to feel. Okay, and what comes of that, okay, or what is defied by way of that, I'm hearing what is resolved by way of that as well, is ultimately a point of conscious decision making. Very interesting. So you're almost like going commando with it. You're saying, well, whatever comes. Okay, it's a matter of just accepting the new beginning. Okay, but at the same time, you're understanding everything that comes. I understand and I expect. Okay, because what I'm getting here is that whatever this decision is, this understanding Leo, okay, I'm hearing Taurus and Sagittarius for you, whatever this understanding is, and it may have to do with matters of career and finances for a number of you, got the Devil, Capricorn's card in reverse, and marrying the Ace of Cups, upright. Whatever the understanding is, you have understood it in a certain way over time. Intuitively, energetically, even spiritually. It's almost as if you lived through this already. And it was just simply a matter of, I'm hearing, joining with it, embodying it now, at this moment in time and space. And I'm hearing it just, it's chilling. It's a chill factor. It requires of you to almost release the sort of the boundaries of time and space, the feeling of what it means to feel this feeling as a human. Okay, so now let me read all the cards off to you here. Beautiful cards. The Three of Pentacles upright in the deep past. The Daughter of Swords upright in the recent past. The Magician in your energetic pathway that Cancer got. Very interesting. The same card in the same position, in the same orientation as well. Okay. As well as the Six of Cups. Yes. Okay. Now, the Magician, overlap with Cancer. okay, and right, the same sort of theme was coming through for Cancer in the very beginning. Now, the Magician, inner energetic pathway, looking over at judgment in your environment. Okay, it's like okay, you're making it known. Okay, loud and loud and loud and clear. The object of your desire, the pursuit, the fashion of your pursuit, and you're almost like, this is the feeling I'm getting, Leo. You're almost like, I'm gonna set up like a dozen mirrors, okay, to reflect the stage of I'm hearing my homebound flight. So it's almost as if you're setting up cameras of some kind to watch yourself do you, to watch you do you, okay? To watch yourself getting so deeply in the groove of what transformation of character means. Oh my goodness. Okay, Leo, this is some potent energy. Like, my goodness. Okay, whatever this is, I'm hearing you're setting it up. You're setting up the can. You're making it official. You're making it known. There's no question. And I'm hearing outlandish yet again. There's no question of if it's happening. There's no question of how it's happening. It's taking me home, baby. Okay. And I'm zeroing specifically in on the Ace of Cups, which the Judgment card is flying straight up into. Okay. Chills. I'm almost a Sagittarius again. Leo. You have the Tower here right at the base of the Magician. Okay. This is some provocative energy. Okay. With the Tower right beneath the Magician. It's like, you know what? Watch me soar. And watch it crumble. Watch whatever I was standing on crumble, because that's no longer my reality. I seek and pursue the reality that I am compelled to create for myself in every moment. And I understand that it is by way of the sheer knowing the value that I place on matters of emotional satisfaction that bring me through myself into this new beginning. My goodness, you're like, I'm embodying what change means. Okay, and if that means release, it means release. And I'm ready to do it. Okay, now you have the Two of Swords upright and your advice, pinning upwards at the apex, a sort of blazing moon. Now you have here the Sun in reverse. Woo. Okay, twirling about here. Almost as if it's a superfluous sort of energy. It's like, well, who needs the sun? Okay, when I stand as my own light. Okay, there's this focus on the Sagittarius and Taurus want to speak for you at the very same time, dear Leo. Leo, the focus in your spread, okay, is namely on the energetic pathway, on the environment, on the characterization that this change takes on, in a very literal way, but also, again, in an energetically supportive way. You've got the Ten of Cups mirroring the Magician. The Magician's looking right through judgment over at the Ten of Cups. Okay, so almost a Ten of Pentacles, so maybe speaking to a physical, material, tangible culmination of some sorts. The fusion between work and play. Okay, but there is this sort of, I'm hearing retrograde as well. So something that may be coming through from the past, full circle, yet again, Ten of Cups. But this sort of all-inclusive embodiment, this sort of parcel of transformation that becomes so known, that transmutes everything, that it's almost as if, right, everything that remains serves just as the memory of the platform off of which you departed. Again, first and foremost, energetically. Okay, so Leo, you're like rain or shine. I'm flying high, and I'm hearing you can think what you want. Okay, you can think what you want. The time of the day doesn't determine how I gauge my potential. I don't need, yet again, I don't even need the limelight. Okay, I could perform in the dark and I would glow. It's like that kind of thing, Leo. It's like, I don't, you can put your little flashlight away. okay? I'm an ember, okay? And so it's the embodiment of that light that you're taking it on. I cannot emphasize it enough, Leo. The energy is so vibrant here. You're stepping into your own, okay? And so there's a focus, okay, on just how much we can provide for ourselves this support system, okay, that is inherently intuitive, that compels us, okay, to uphold the structure of this transformation that yet again is energetic, how to uphold this energetic momentum, this intuitive guiding force. How is it that I remain in this state of exalted transformation and knowing of where I'm going as I transform and surrender to new beginnings? Okay, new beginnings. I'm getting that this is a sort of conceptualization, okay, of emotional satisfaction. I'm also getting a sort of idealization, an idealized state that yet again may have been elongated through time since childhood. Okay, for a number of you, I'm getting that very strongly. You, the thought is, right, that you understand, yes, this decision, I'm hearing this outlandish sport, okay, this transformation, this moment, this judgment of where I've been and where I go, and the transformation of, right, how I exist in between those two paradigms and those dimensions serves as a certain starting point for me of pursuing solely the transformation of emotional satisfaction. And I understand that inherently, okay, as one cycle closes out, another begins. And I understand the cyclicality of that as well. And what my primary focus is, how, yet again, to uphold that, to continue, right, seeing through the dark. Mother of Wands fanning over at the sun in reverse, right? So there's this, I'm getting that you're like, I'm all set, I'm ready for takeoff, I've got my night goggles on, okay, kind of thing, like, but you're questioning, okay, there is this sort of resilience of sorts, okay, that is like you've got your guides, Leo, okay, and I'm hearing Sagittarius, you've got I'm hearing your spirit, okay, behind you in a certain way, take it as you will, it compelling you to move in the directions that you may not understand, okay, fully, in the moment of taking them on. And you know that, okay, very, very well. You feel it. The feeling of guidance here is so very strong, and it's the desire, okay, to uphold the state, okay, of exalted knowing, okay. Now, so you have here the 3 cup cards that you're leading out within your energetic pathway: the 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups in reverse, the 2 of Cups upright, okay, with the final outcome of the Mother of Wands in reverse. Now, your focus is not what immediately manifests. You realize it again that it's cyclical, okay. 10 of Cups, Mother of Wands referring to the concept of birth, okay, of transformation, of creation. But the focus yet again for a Leo is on the energetic, I'm hearing, parcel and pathway towards transformation. So it's like, I just want to feel, okay, the birth in a certain way before I experience what it is that is created in that moment of transformation. I want to feel the feeling of transforming, of transformation. And I'm hearing market success. So there's something here about what is determined in a certain way as success, as a variable, okay, for consistency of success in a certain way. But you are realizing that inherently it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's intuitive. It's a matter of understanding what brings the cycles full circle, okay? And there's a focus on community here for you. The focus is on community, on the past communities that may have played a role. And you have, right, 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups, multiples of 2. What goes into partnership? What creates a sort of ebb and a flow, the give and the take, the reciprocity, the reflection, the mirroring of assets I'm hearing as well. But also of passion, of desire, where we're partaking energetically, I'm hearing harmoniously, spiritually, in a discourse that, and getting is energetic specifically for you, that is in line with our vision. Also in the moments where we don't see anything that could be discernible by the eye, by the human range of sight, but that we see, right? What it is that we feel, that we understand, that we acknowledge and accept is our potential. So who aligns with that? Who supports that? Right? I mean, getting like-minded individuals, like-minded minds of the mind's eye. What is the foundation and the principle of partnership? And how does that play a role in my emotional satisfaction? The experiencing of the culmination of emotions brings me to a point to question, right? To bring into question, what is a partnership? What is a support system? What is emotional satisfaction? And how are they all interrelated in a certain way as a support system for eternal transformation? It's beautiful. I almost said Sagittarius again here, and I typically associate the Magician with the Sagittarius like energy. Okay, speaking of manifestation and a sort of wise energy. Okay, that speaks of action. Okay, to put into action the concepts and the frameworks of boundless potential. Okay, now in your theme though, you have the Father of Swords upright, overlaying the 5 of Cups upright, overlaying the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Moon upright. Right beneath the Ace of Swords, okay, you've got furthermore the 2 of Wands upright, mirroring this Ace of Swords in reverse. There is, okay, you've got the Mother of Wands and the Father of Swords. And you've got in your deep past, in the recent past, the Daughter of Swords. Right beneath the Father of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, yet again in the deep past. Okay, there is, for a number of you, I'm getting that this is not you, the Father of Swords, an individual who is at the periphery, at the sideline, who in a certain way plays a role, okay, almost as a stimulus. That reminds you of what it is that emotionally satisfies you. And it may be indirect, okay, it may be unintentional even, as you may see it or as you may feel it in relation to this individual. And it's almost as if, right, it's like, well, you know, in experiencing a certain state of dissatisfaction, right, you're reminded, you're stimulated, you're prompted to seek what will fulfill you in every way. Recognizing that there are so many variables, okay? There are so many factors. There are so many ways of capacitating emotional satisfaction, other types of satisfaction, rather satisfaction in general. And it brings you to this point to recognize all of the factors that come into play, right? Within the context of creation. The Magician, right, bearing a pentacle, a sword, a chalice, a wand, right? Resembling sort of the balance of character. I'm hearing the characteristics. So it's almost like this mirroring effect. I'm hearing this shadow effect as well. And it ultimately brings it, center focus, to I'm hearing what the crux of the matter has been. Excuse me, Leo, my goodness, okay. To a point of understanding what we seek, okay, from ourselves as a reflection, okay, of our potential, of what we understand that we are here to create, okay, fundamentally. And within, yet again, the context of sort of communities of people. Now, there's the Ace of Swords mirroring this Father of Swords. There's a silence to this character, okay? I'm getting that if this is an individual who is present in a certain way, they play a prominent, pivotal role, but it's unspoken. Okay, this dialogue is unspoken. There may be a sort of processing, a planning to speak eventually, but, and if this is your own energy, then it's speaking to the propensity to intellectualize, okay, to strategize in a very clear way, and discern our sort of values, okay, that pertain to matters of emotional satisfaction. But if this is another individual, there's an inherent sort of mystery, okay, to the role that they play. But at the same time, this understanding intuitively, this intuitive understanding that it reflects much more. And so it's almost like, right, okay, well, these emotions that are experienced perhaps, right, with this individual are that is unsatisfactory in a certain way, perhaps, hopefully not, always, hopefully not, but serve as a sort of barometer for change, for what it is that I want to create, to not just change and transmute, but what I want to create. Okay, so by way of the sort of emotional dissatisfaction, there is the sort of remembrance, the recollection of, oh, you know what? I do want emotional satisfaction. Okay, right. So it's bringing out all of the propensities. And there is this focus on specifically the emotions, though. And this character may be playing a role there. And it may be cyclical as well. Okay, you've got the moon, and that is a cyclical sort of energy. Now, you've got the Daughter of Swords here, right beneath the Father of Swords. This, I'm getting that there may have been a preparation, okay, strategically for this transformation. And it's almost like you set all your orders in order to enable that this chain of events would right, I'm hearing the gut reaction, okay, that the sort of dominoes would fall as you placed them, okay, specifically, exactly as I said it, the dominoes would fall as you placed them. There is this organizational manner in which this change is set into motion. Okay, so while on one hand it's like it's chaos. Okay, it's a certain, you know, this structure is no longer in a certain way. It was planned. Okay, and you've understood that you were coming to this point. You've understood why you wanted this change to happen. Why it was the only sort of way that room would be made for the grander transformation, okay, of the judgment, right, of this sort of decision, of this flight that's taken. And of course, right, general reading, always heed your personal intuition, okay, but Three of Pentacles sitting right at the hindsight of this Daughter of Swords upright. There is the recognition, perhaps at some point in the deep past, there was a sense of stability, a sense of, I'm hearing solitary satisfaction, the feeling that we're contributing to something, that something is being physically, literally, materially created, but the recognition that I don't want to just create, okay, in the third dimension, in a certain way. I want what I create to live through me. And for that to be, I've got to live through myself, who I perceive myself as the creator of what I create in every moment of creating it. I'm hearing it's. So the recognition is, I don't want to just be a landminer. Okay, I don't want to just strike gold. I'm hearing that. I don't want to just excavate the site and see what I find. I want to fly and discover the many paradigms. I'm hearing the many parallels of dimension that exist for my exploration of what I am here to create. Okay, and I'm hearing, and also who I am here to create. Okay, so take it as you will, Leo, and I'm hearing Sagittarius for you as well coming through here. But there is this focus on the desire that takes form, the directionality that we take on, even if, right, it confounds a certain understanding of what is rational, what is clarified by way of others, by way of the logical, rational mind, okay, of our own sort of propensity to understand what it is that we feel and desire and realize is the action that we want to take. There's this siding, okay, with the momentum of transformation and change and the reason for why we want it, and what that reflects even more, ever more, about who we are as the experiencer, okay, in a certain way, the experiencer, the experiencee, the both the creator of the context that we move through by way of our perception of the possibility for it, and simultaneously who we are and transform as we move through ourselves into the next chapter of the abundance of what we create. So beautiful. Oh my goodness, it's like chills. Okay, I was like everywhere. I didn't know I had goosebumps where I'm feeling the goosebumps. Enjoy October, the tail end of it, whenever you're watching this, and enjoy Halloween there if you do celebrate that holiday. And I highly recommend you to tune into your rising ascendant or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know I resonate a lot with my moon sign, which is Sagittarius, and also my rising ascendant here and there, okay, which is Scorpio. But in matters of love, in matters of partnership, in matters of finances as well, art, harmony, okay, and the like, Venus may play a role. So your Venus sign, if you don't know your Venus sign, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide and compute it that way. Okay, you most likely don't need your birth time to compute and calculate the Venus sign unless you were born right at the cusp of the change of that Venus sign. But typically, right, that wouldn't be, okay, the likelihood rather of that wouldn't be, okay. So right, play around with it. If you don't know your ascendant rising, you do need a quasi's exact birth time, as that will shift by the minute sometimes, okay. So nonetheless, we are all signs, right? At the end of the day, I'm compelled to mention this for you, Leo. We're all signs. Every sign plays a part in our chart, right? And it's just a matter of in what propensity and how, right, the alignment that those archetypes take on in relation to our planets, in relation to the angles in our chart, so on and so forth. So if you're compelled to watch a certain sign, you're like, well, that's not my sun, that's not my moon, right? That's not even my rising, right? You may have a lot of that energy happening somewhere or strategically happening somewhere in your chart, okay? So thank you, though, nonetheless, for tuning in, dear Leo. Enjoy this cycle of transformation, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.